I believe we are live. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you. An early Fred. I was like, as I was moving my hands, all of these TikTok, like the whole genre of TikTok stars talking while doing one of their popular dances, and I was just like, what am I doing? I love you. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go get some water, get my book of things we're saying, and then we'll be back in this moment to have some conversations, specifically about accepting yourself. How, as soon as you accept yourself, you are accepted. I like the first thumbnail that something like that was a goofy ass smile. Like it kind of like has like an auto. I'm gonna take a thumbnail in 3 seconds thing, before you go live. And I usually change the thumbnail because I have to take another photo beforehand. But I get to be a little bit silly. Gav Day, my cool, charismatic comrades. Let's see. Zero strong. Would you look at that? Goo, even Truth is joining us. I'm back. I'm back in a second. I'm gonna run. I don't have a lot to get. Actually, I might need some water. I thought Meepmore didn't vibe on Stronky comments first thing in the stream. I mean, I feel too clever right now, dude. I feel like I need to be strong to something. I haven't smoked weed. I still haven't eaten food. I don't think I'm gonna be smoking weed for the next 3 days. Woo! And then I'm gonna cast myself into the infinity. Yes. I wanted to say the abyss, but the abyss is the infinity. And I feel infinity has less negative connotations. Love you, my water molecules. Hey, yeah, yeah. Get some of this off. Is it done? Give me a moment. Thank you for joining me, Fred. Oh man, I feel good. I feel really good, but I feel anxious. Again, it's like a positive anxiety, like an anxiety to say things, do things, feel things, experience things. It's not a bad anxiety, And I listened to a little bit of informations yesterday as well on why it is that happens when you're in a fast state. Lex was actually talking about it while he was having a conversation with Jordan Peterson on one of his podcasts, and they were talking about how when you're in a fasted state, in some way or another, your body has to be more alert because it's basically putting itself into a hunting mode. I'm starved for resources right now. So my body doesn't know what's going on, and it's producing a bunch of chemicals to make sure that I'm as alert as I can possibly be so I can spot the deer and run fast enough to get it or something. I don't know. But it's interesting to feel all of these things, to experience all of this influx of energy, not being a hunter. At least I don't think I'm hunting for anything. Hunting for knowledge, hunting for insight, hunting for Hermias blur. Water molecules. Merman. As I was putting the scarf on, I was like, Merman. Thinketh, thinketh thee, Merman, for adorning me with orange. I mean, I know it was Stephanie's gift, but you're still the one that sent it. So thank you. Thank you to both of you, brother. But brother, it's nice to have you here, man. Shannon and Nana and Goo and Truth too. I thought love you, Shanansky. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you, Gob. Our town's water got contaminated, so I have to leave soon. Contaminated with what? Contaminated with what? Like the thing that my mind goes to at first is like fracking. Fracking, is that what they call it? When people frack in your area and then your water is all wrecked? Is it contaminated like that? What's happening with the band? Let us know. Jovan here too, sending love to everyone. Well wishes to me. Thank you for that. Joy Vive, I was just thinking about you. Love to you, friend. Thank you for joining me. I actually even shared some of the conversation me and you had about just being a consumer with other friends as well. You continue to inspire me, even if we're not here. Joy Vive. I appreciate you for that. Oh, thank goodness, Contoons. That's no good. Oh, goodness, Contoons. That's not good. I hope the water gets cleaned up as soon as possible. I hope so as well. I'm confused. You know, like isn't that like a human right abuse or something? You know, like you can't just fucking contaminate people's water. Uh, someone poisoned the well. You know, I'm thinking about the freaking Toy Story, the little pre-programmed lines that Woody has in his voice box. Why is my mind going? Why is my mind going there? It's like, oh yeah, you want fractals? Happy Fractal Friday, Fred. Happy Fractal Friday to you too. Man, I'm feeling. I need to calm down. Actually, I feel like I'm running. I feel like I'm sprinting, but I'm sitting still. It would be nice to smoke weed right now to kind of take the edge off. And yet, my ability to say no to the one to smoke weed makes me feel even more the way I'm feeling right now. So it's like not only am I not getting the calming effect of not of smoking weed, but I am getting hyped by not smoking weed. So I'm like going in the opposite direction at this point. When it rains, it pours. No calming down. Who needs to calm down anyway? Huh? I love you. It's nice to have you here, friend. How are you doing? How's life treating you? The murriest of men. Howdy, friend. How's the mountains been? Do let us know, please, merman. Joe Vonster. Thank you for the love. I like that. Joe Vonster. Joe Vonster. Kind of makes me think of Monster, and Jovan has programmed into my fractal the word imposter monster. Imposter monster is the thing inside of you that tries to convince you that you're unworthy, that you can't do that thing. You don't have the skills to do so and so. You don't deserve to be here and there. The imposter monster. For some reason, Jovansta kind of bring that imagery to me as well. The Jovansta. Like Jovansta is becoming a character in my mind at this point. Hmm. That is odd. Um, Almost like robotic-esque, kind of like without like a whole protruding head. It just had like a bump, and then it kind of tapered off like that, and then it went down into these armsy thingsies. It looked robotic. It had like a singular eye. Hmm. I want to say it was furry, but the fact that it looked robotic to me and it felt furry breaks my brain. Like it doesn't want to compute. Imposter monster. Yeah, when it rains, asshole. What did we do to deserve so much nonsense? Thinking. Just being like, oh, cool, thinking, cool. I'm pasta monster. Half Italian. Mm, half Italian. There's so much there as well. You know, I think about Like, unfortunately, when I think about Italians, I see this stereotypical, like, basically, a way to sum up the fractal in my head is I've completely forgotten the show's name. Nice. Sick. I'm like, here's the fractal. And then I'm grasping at straws to give you the fractal. It's called The Sopranos. There we go. Yeah, you know, like the gangsterism, right? But I'm a South African who's only been exposed to Italians through American movies. So biased, merman. I would have never guessed. Teach me, please. I don't know anything, dude. We are accepting ourselves within the infinite. Thank you for reminding me about what we're talking about. When it rains. Yeah. Yeah. Accepting yourself, and it's like today is again almost like a joke or cosmic giggle type of sentence where you realize that as soon as you accept yourself, you are accepted, right? That we have this way in our lives to always be seeking someone else's acceptance, our like industry's acceptance. We create these narratives around ourselves about who we are. Like, oh, I'm a doctor, and now for me, in order for the world to accept me as a doctor, I have to doctor things, I keep doctoring over and over again. And in doing so, we create these narratives, we create these stories that if we do so, so, and so, then we'll be accepted. And it creates this perpetual, okay, I'll do so, and then I'll do this, and then I'll get this thing, and then I'll, buy this, and then, then I'll be accepted. Realizing that in order to be accepted, you just have to accept yourself. Like it's. I know it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, damn out, fucking, of course, but yes, of course, accept yourself, please. And accepting yourself doesn't mean everything you're doing is okay, right? Like you can still go for self improvement even after having accepted yourself. Accepting yourself, at least in my opinion, is just this deep and resolute recognition that you are. Here you are. Accept that. Whatever is your circumstances, the relationships you have in your life, the situations you find yourself potentially struggling with, accept it because here you are. You are. Like you cannot not accept it. And yet we seek acceptance for whatever it is we're going through, right? Like we'll say something and then we'll look at people and be like, yeah, huh? Right? Do you accept? And I do that. I know I do that. But it's just important for us to be reminded of that sometimes. That just to live into this deep acceptance of self. Mm. You know what? I think this is the one we're gonna read today. Accepting yourself. I don't know if it fits, but it is a good one. The difference between a master and a student is that the master has mastered the art of always being a student. To accept yourself as a student, to become a master of being a student, to accept yourself in this role that you're playing right now, whatever your name is, right? Whatever your experience is, whatever your situation is, whatever job you have to work, whatever art you like to create, or whatever, art you like to consume, if you will, as well. Just recognize all of that as you. Accept it as you. Love it as you. And then from that place on, imagine how much more we could do. 50% Italian. What? I still don't know what that means. Thank you, Gregs, for joining us. It is reality in parts of New York and Jersey. There we go. I'm walking here and stuff, right? I'm walking here. That's a line? Word. I'm out of the Bronx. Love to you, Merman. Thank you for like joining me for the day, for letting me be a little silly with you. Straight out of Arthur Avenue, like all of it's going over my head, unfortunately. Resonation. Resonation. You resonating, jumping jack? Is that what you're saying? Love to you. It's nice to have you here. Heather is joining us as well. We've missed you too. I've been well. I'm on a fast right now, day 5. So I'm feeling I'm feeling I'm feeling between crazy and enlightened. And I know just saying the word, "Oh, I feel enlightened." We're like, "Yeah, okay, Mel. How about you drink your water and shut the fuck up? How about that?" Yeah, fine, maybe. But that's how I feel. I feel just this deep sense of connection, this deep sense of awareness, this deep sense of connectivity with everything, with what is right now. I'm eating myself, literally. 5 days in, there's no more glycogen left in my muscles. I'm running off of pure ketones. My liver is actively breaking down my little storages of fat, turning them into a new fuel source. A fuel source that, in fact, boosts growth hormone. On top of that, it needs less oxygen. And then on top of that is also the thing that you are built out of when you're in your mother's womb. Your mother's womb builds you out of ketones. So maybe that's what I'm feeling. I'm tripping myself out. Soviet slamming! I seeth thee. And it's nice to. Thank you, Fred. So cool to have you here. Even Lane is joining us. My dude, crackhead energy melt. Yeah. I feel straight up, and I said this to Christian. Me and Christian were having a chat, and I was like aggressively aggressive positivity where I was like, rapists, melt them. People drilling for oil in the oceans, melt them. People cutting down our rainforest, melt them. And he was like, hey, dude, clearly there's enough energy flowing through you to kill an elephant. How about you calm down? And I was like, no, dude. No, no calming down. We need to do things. Appreciate your energy, Mel. Love you, Shannon. It is, after all, transmittable. Like we are very empathetic slash resonating human beings, just resonating beings. So when something or someone resonates in a certain way, the only way for us to kind of connect is to try to resonate in the same way. Maybe that's what Jumpin was saying. Ooh, half Italian furry robots. Sounds like a whole niche, dude. Sounds. Joy Vive. One day, just like you go to the robot red district or whatever, and then like you just see sign after sign after sign, and then you stop suddenly at the half Italian furry robots, and you're just like overcome with extreme confusion, and that's how they get you. That's how they pull you in. Oh, love to you, Fred. Today is one class day because of the last second rearrangement of classes, because I tested out of my theory fundamentals class, so I'm present. You tested out of your fundamentals theory class, which means you scored so well, you no longer have to take the class. Do I understand that correctly, Lane? If that is so, you badass, you dude. I'm proud of you, man. Thank you for joining me. It's so cool to have you here. My 101 professor was very skeptical on whether or not anyone would test out. And you were just like, yeah, what's up, fam? Think you can teach me shit? Guess again. I'm just imagining you be like, yeah, yeah, and then like 1 year later being like, oh, I didn't know anything, and then a year later after that, I didn't know anything, and then a year. Lane, it's so cool having you here with the Bay. I'm proud of you, man. I need to study more theory. That will help. I'm also actually thinking about getting really deep into the theory of drawing again, getting my fundamentals really aligned. That's the way, right? I'm technically the only one that took the test and tested out. One other person had 3 semesters under their belt, and the test proctor told them to leave and talk to their advisors to get out of 101. Is he struggling? Is that how I'm understanding it? Like he had 3 semesters of the same class and he's still not able to test out of it? And you're like Lane has literally been in university or college since Monday. He's been in college since Monday, and now by Friday, he has scored out of one of his subjects. What a freaking badass dude. Sorry. Apparently, the water has a high turbidity. Yeah, of course. I know what high turbidity means. Turbidity. And could be carrying bacteria. So turbidity is when there's a, maybe something died in the water and there's a bunch of organisms living in the water now. Yes, yes. At least that's where my brain is taking me. Does that what is turbidity? Please me know actually, friend. Can learn maybe. Contoons. My university is having the same problem. Hmm. That is odd. That is more odd than the fact that that's happening at all. The fact that it's happening at more than one place. Hmm. Honestly, kind of weird. Don't really understand how you would fix a situation like that. No way, Lane. That's crazy. Same college or coincidence? I'm from Michigan. No way. What the? Oh goodness. What? No. This is too much. I'm gonna chillax for a second. Breathe. No way. No way. This is actually possible, is it? You go to the same college. You go to the same college. It's too much. I'm gonna put all of this muchness here, and then I'm gonna continue as if nothing happened. Cut dudes don't drink the water. Have we met? Small world synchronicity. Ah, sure, you could say small world, or you could just say that we are literally making the world. You know, on some sort of visceral level. You can't make this. Oh goodness, please. My brain is like actually exploding right now. We have 7 friends in the YouTube right now, and out of this like 8 billion people, 7 individuals decided to be in this space right now, and then 2 of those individuals, one having been here for like more than a year now. Truth has been here for almost like maybe 3 months now, and they're both going to the same college. Max, it's nice to have you here, friend. We've already been tripping out. It's been such a vibe. Oh my goodness, you guys, that's so crazy. You go to the same school? Mind is blown right now. I can't even. I'm a music major and a freshman. I know nobody here. Oh, I'm a senior in animation. That's actually wild. What are the chances? The chances are impossible, dude. Like that's impossible, man. Like, and I'm serious about when I'm saying it's impossible because if you had to run simulations, if you had to run simulations where you had one entity starting to stream, and then you had a bunch of other entities all over the world of different niches and understandings of the world, and one of them is an art major, one of them is a music major. What are the odds? What are the odds are impossible. Like that's not possible. And yet here it is. I'm you know what? I'm actually tripping out right now. My mind is really trying to figure out the math and it's the more it tries to the more it gets boggled. Oh my. We're on track. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. Now 3 semesters of theory in general. They have gone through 101, 102, and 201. They are too qualified to even take the test out. I'm so confused, dude. I have absolutely no idea what that any of that means, basically. Oh yeah, I'm giving away that I never went to college, maybe. Animation, yeah, Jovan. Oh, what a surprise! Another friend that is gonna help us create our beautiful works of art one day. It's actually funny, the water problem. My first instinct when I moved in was to get a huge pack of water bottles. Did you listen to yourself, Lane? Did you listen to yourself? Did you accept this truth that you were providing for yourself? It's a good question to ask. I'm sure we crossed paths. Hello again. Yes, we have, Gregs. Me and you have crossed paths multiple times. I don't know if that's what you mean. Yeah, I clearly remember you. I'm just curious about the 50% Italian thing, I'm thinking. Yeah, many fridges full of water. Sicketh. I'm happy that you have clean water, Brother Bear. Makes me so happy to hear that, man. You actually listen to the higher self. It is too early for this. Yeah, I stocked up. I stocked up. with a few packs yesterday. Who knows how long this will last? It's gonna last exactly eyedropper. Yes. At first I was thinking 22 days, but then I was thinking 22 days, and the 22 days had like a little bulb, and then a little flat piece, and then a little. And I was like, oh, cool. It's gonna take. Maybe it's a medicine. It's gonna fix the water or something. Who knows? You should listen to your instincts, Lane. He does, fortunately. Man's in tune. Man's like really in tune. The fact that he's already here, like he's not even 20 yet, right, Lane? You're not even 20 yet, dude. Jeez. I'm gonna get to have a bunch of chats that I've had with people where you share your understanding of the world, and they're like, "How old are you exactly? What? Like, what? We have technology. Who knows these days? Yeah, no, it's gonna take long. I'm sure it won't take long. Humanity will be taken care of. I accept everything as it is, and I choose to see the beautiful, the bright, the exciting. I choose to see you. I believe this man is a great Buddha. Back Woody Breezy. Are you talking about me? That's a lot, dude. But thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for seeing me, friend. I see you too, Backwood Breezy. Well done, Melt. Spot on. Hey, I'm walking, yeah. I just brutalized the second time on my aggressive positivity is a good type of positivity. It is. It is a little bit much to some people, unfortunately, Soviet. It's a little bit much. You know, and I know it's too much, and yet I can't stop myself. You know, it's like staring into the sun, but the sun is so beautiful, so you can't look away, but it hurts, so you have to look away, but you can't. I don't know if it's like that, but that's kind of how it feels from the other side around, where the other person, I can see how, on a visceral level, it like starts to, right, like wanting to look away almost. Mm, I can't even imagine what taking this energy with me into a psychedelic experience is going to be like. You'll see. That's going to be a lot. Ooh, I look forward to telling you friends all about it. Eden is here too. Love to you. Even Semelina. Love to you. Thank you for joining me. Beans and Jack. Blessed to all the Reddit friends. Thank you, Truth, for sending love here too. I think I missed a few. Melty, what's your favorite? Or some of your favorite colors? Purple. Purple, green, orange, red, blue, yellow, pink. I like pink. I like pink as well, you know? Like now pink is at the bottom of my list, but I like pink just as much as I like the rest of them. But if it has to be like colors that I see in my mind space a lot. It goes purple, green, orange. Mm, so much purple. I love purple in my personal existence as well, where if I get myself bibs and bobs, I really like them being purple. You know, like it's so bad where we have like these flea flea powder bands. I don't know what you call them actually. It's like these little neck bands you put on your dogs, and it has like a little bit of slow release flea powder on it, so keeping the fleas away. And my mom will buy the purple ones, just because she knows. Just because she knows. How about yours, Joy V? What's your favorite color, dear friend? Maybe we can all let each other know. I'm still absolutely floored. The melt. The melt is still. Get yourself melted. Melt even more. And that's the thing, right? Like that was happening to me a second ago. I was melting. That's my state of literally melting. I'm like, what the frick? And that's what just the universe does, you know. I keep over and 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 over again being confronted with synchronicities, with energies, with senses of connectedness to the point where it melts me. And the only thing that I can remind myself of is, hey, oh, you'll be okay. Just melt more. Excuse me, what? I feel like I'm losing my shit. Yeah, lose your shit even more, dude. Lose it. Lose all of it. Realize that after you lose all of your shit, you have no shit left. And then you get to be shitless. I'm so sorry for my crude language, but yeah, yeah. Let go of the nonsense. Who needs it anyway, right? We have scientists on campus. Give them money to fix this. Yeah, let the scientists science and stuff. Literally. True, I hope it takes a week tops, but I might have to look more into it. Please do. Maybe like, doesn't they have any information on like the website? Purple is my favorite too. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful color to me. I'm thinking about the future, especially in the context of clothing I would like to make. And I just see this beautiful mosaic of like light and dark purples, little, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like bands of material colored one shade of purple, folded over and into itself to make patterns of like different shades of purple. That's what I'm seeing right now. Sending that love to you too, Shannon. Good luck with the classes too. Fire up, Chips. Thanks, man. I'll see you around campus. Maybe even you could connect with one another. You know, like if you friends tune into this space and you value what's being said here, I can almost guarantee you will value what you have to say to one another. You are maybe a little bit separated by one of you being a senior, one of you being a junior or a freshman, is the word you used. But that separation is only as far as you think it is, right? Separation and connectivity is but a thought away. If you see an 80s thrasher type looking dude with wire glasses, probably skating on a cruiser board, you can't miss him. Long hair, he looks like a badass. He looks like a metalhead. You know, like you cannot mistake Lane. I'd probably be able to spot Lane out of a crowd of 1,000 people. Oh, I love the you too, dude. Hell yeah, I have a music class this semester too. Listening experience. I've been I've been really paying attention to listening as of late as well. Truth. Yo, listening. There's power in that. That may be me. I haven't seen anyone else with a battle jacket on campus. Maybe it was something I missed. Music class. Yeah, probably. Blessed all the reference again. Listening in today on B. Always such a pleasure having you here with me. Thank you for joining us. I hope everyone has the best day possible with where you're at. Having the best day possible, no matter where it is you're at, can be a little bit easier said than done. You know, especially when we find, that there are things less than ideal. And I find, weirdly enough, I'm not too easily, like, I can get upset not having physical things. Well, did I ever? Hmm. I don't actually think I have. Not like upset. Not upset in the context that I'm trying to speak in right now. But I was basically talking about how we can get really upset with relationships, like almost like relationships and the injustice within relationships can be so much more viscerally enraging than the lack of something physical can have, right? Like the lack of love or the lack of compassion, the lack of understanding in a person is significantly more of a lack than the lack of anything physical that you could, remind yourself, tell yourself of. That's pretty trippy in that way. Cheers to you. Cheers to being shitless. Gang, gang. Thank you, friend. Cheers to you being shitless. Thank you for the love. I'd be again. Maxine says, Mel, that color combo is a vibe. The orange scarf complements the black and green so well, friend. I'm so groggy today, praying that my coffee will wake me up. I was extremely groggy this morning. Like I felt kind of like I was hit by a bus, you know? I was like straight up I straight up felt like I was hungover. And I was like, bruh, am I gonna have to feel this way the whole day? And I was kind of like blaming my fasting for that state. I was like, dude, fifth day of fasting. This sucks ass. I don't want to be doing this. Manana, manana, manana. And then I drank enough water this morning, and then that grogginess melted away pretty quickly, like seen. So with your coffee, before you drink your coffee, even drink 2 cups of water. What do you do for work? Thank you for asking, beloved friend. I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm an artist. I'm making some capital with my art. I'm making some capital with my yoga. I actually got my month's yoga check today, so I'm very excited about that as well. I want to do a lot more though, like a lot more. I want to establish a proper clothing brand, and I'm saying establish a clothing brand, not create a merch line. Not that there's anything wrong with creating a merch line either, but just I want to be able to sell something that people want. People, instead of like, oh, I'm gonna support the friend, which is amazing, to be like, oh, I want this. Like, no, this is something I actually want. And then to be able to get something that you wanted, be viscerally, overjoyed with having it, and then be able to wear it for the next 10 years, and like that in my world, in my archetype, in my fractal, would be so flippin' cool, to be able to provide that. Then I want to create a services industry, business, providing float tank, Reiki sessions, yoga classes, guided meditations, smokers lounge, healthy food option kind of service center to basically help people melt more. And I also want to create a media company in which we as a collective are going to make beautiful works of art for the world to experience. That's like my my list for the next 11 years. That's what needs to happen in the next 11 years. Over the next 44 years, at least by 2044, I want to start building on the city. Yeah. Gonna start building on the sea city. I, I was listening to podcasts today, really calling me out on promising things that would be hard to deliver. And I'm saying all of these things after having listened to that with this genuine belief, with an understanding even that we are capable of doing all of these things and more, and more. Starting multiple businesses, building a city, and more. And more? How is that even possible? By accepting ourselves first. Mm. Lane is joining us on the Reddit as well. Thank you for the love, Brother Bay. Yes, Melty, my body felt like it was so heavy when I got up. My eyes and brain were not having it. I will gulp some water, please. That's exactly what helped me as well. Like I did not feel good. I felt exactly like that, like heavy eyes. Like just like that. And I only slept 6 hours, but I woke up myself about my alarm, so guess it was enough. Drink water. I'm sure the water is gonna help. Awesome. Thank you, Ninja Mowgli. I appreciate your support, beloved friend. South Lane. I skipped coffee and went for tea today. Is it a caffeinated tea as well? Or did you do it for the flavor? Like instead of having coffee as an experience, you chose the tea experience over the coffee experience. You're a stronger woman than I. No, tea definitely has caffeine in it as well. Congrats, you can do anything. So can you, beloved friend. Thank you for speaking about that. Yeah, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. We can all. That's I believe my objective mission number one is convince every single person that they are powerful. Without a shadow of a doubt, convince them that they are powerful. Convince them to accept themselves, convince them to love themselves, convince them to start showing up for themselves. Because if I can convince every single person on planet Earth of that, everything will change. You will change everything. Ninja Mowgli. We love you, Brother Bear. Thank you for finding yourself here today. It's a pre-made loaded tea. Mm, loaded. That instantly intrigues my what am I saying? Intrigues my curiosity. Thank you, brain. Intrigues my curiosity. So it has collagen, vitamins, and energy supplement. Very powerful and refreshing. So it makes it easier. Energy supplement, taurine, vitamin B's, vitamin C. That's the only thing that I can think that it would put into it. Is it good? Is it actually good at least? I make art, soap, candles, sugar scrubs, bath bombs, and I dabble with essential oils. I hope I can contribute to some version, Melody. You will contribute in all, Maxine. We'll have your products, the products of our beloved Shannon and Nana. In the service-based industries we have as well. So the people that are willing to take themselves to a yoga session, willing to take themselves to a Reiki session, willing to take themselves to go and float in a tank of water, will also be the type of people that actually want to use proper soaps, the type of people that light candles, the type of people that will use sugar scrubs and bath bombs and dabble with essential oils. So it's inevitable, Maxine. It literally is inevitable. Collagen. I was also surprised of that, Maxine. Heck yeah. Liquid face mask, basically. Pretty much. Caffeine for sure. My friend has drank them pretty much daily for a few years because it helps her joints. But man, are they expensive. The way that I get my collagen is by boiling bones on tea. You just boil them bones, and then before you know it, your water is goo. And then you eat said goo, and your brain and your skin and your joints and bones are like, yeah, yeah, thanks, thanks for the collagens. You schmeck, sofa. No, you, friend. Thank you for the love. I'm in New Orleans this week, brother. Greetings, Louisiana. Lazile Don Temps Relu. I don't know what that means at all, but it sounds sicketh. Have a good time in the New Orleans, friend. I'm guessing you're gonna be partying. Like that's unfortunately the fractal that comes automatically with New Orleans. It's just people absolutely getting sloshed. Like, getting absurdly sloshed. I don't know if that's your plan. Sofa, whatever you plan to do. Love you. I hope it's a beautiful one. Show up. Show up for the good times. How do you fall out of the patterns that you know you need to get rid of? How do you get rid of the devil when you give him prior notice? I think you start small. What is it? What pattern is it you want to interrupt? Truth. Like for me, like this is what comes up to me. This is now upon reading your words and consulting my fractal. This is the way I'm interpreting what you're saying. My devil right now, or the pattern that is not serving me, is smoking cannabis during the day. Like that, I don't think actually does serve me. It makes me feel present. It makes me feel nice and warm and loved and loving. But it does, in some capacity, take away from my short term memory, which I can also argue isn't that important, but I can also argue for it to be important. And I know that I have a certain sense of clarity when I don't smoke. But that sense of clarity, unfortunately, also comes with caveats of its own. Like the dullness that weed can allow for can be seen as a negative, but the sharpness that the lack of weed allows for can also be seen as a negative. And to find balance within that, to see where it is you are in your pattern right now. So, over the last, 4 days technically with my fasting, I've been smoking weed as a supplement for eating food, if that makes any sense. Where I'll be in a state of like, I want to consume something. And then I'll consume THC molecules because they don't have any calories and they won't break my fast. And I was like, again, noticing that pattern, having perpetuated that pattern from before the fast as well. And today, I just decided I won't. Like it really does start with today. Today I was like, well, I'm gonna have a LSD trip. on Sunday, I'm gonna take these next few days off to not smoke so that when I do have my experience, I can be as clear, as present as I possibly can be. And I feel like that helps, like really establishing within yourself why it is you want to break the pattern. After acknowledging the pattern, ask yourself why it is you want to break the pattern. And then, if you can answer that question, finally starting to take actionable steps. Oh, I don't want to be smoking weed during the day. What is the pattern? My pattern is I wake up, I get ready, do a bunch of things, whatever. I settle down and then I smoke weed because I've settled down or because I don't know what's gonna happen next or etc. 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 Notice the pattern. And then second question, asking yourself why. Why do I keep falling into that pattern? Why do I keep doing that? Oh, I do it because it's convenient. I do it because it's familiar. I do it because it is what I expect from my pattern of my day. Ah, okay, that's why. And then finally, what is my actionable step? Okay, this is the way I've been doing things. I don't want to rob myself or take this experience away from myself, but maybe I can shift my attention, shift my trajectory to a little bit later in the day. So instead of starting the pattern at 10 a.m. in the morning, I'll shift my pattern to after 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So I can still participate in this pattern, but I can do so consciously, intentionally. Instead of becoming a victim to your patterns, acknowledging, asking why, and then taking actionable steps to reform those patterns. And it's difficult, truth. It really is difficult because we get to a point where we change a pattern and then we fall back into an old pattern. And then being in that old pattern, it almost feels extra defeating to be back in that pattern, making it even harder to escape it again because having escaped before comes with this reminder that you could escape it and still fall back into the pattern. So it's this perpetual making it harder for yourself to make it harder for yourself to make it harder for yourself. And all we get to be is present, dude. Like it really is that. Like you have to be present. You have to break the pattern now. That's how you get rid of it. It's just to be like, oh, here it is. Accepting it to start. Oh, thank you for asking, Truth. Beautiful question. The caffeine is from guarana, and it's a mix of vitamins, no taurine. Okay, a mix of vitamins. I can probably guarantee if it's energy boosting vitamins, it'll be B vitamins. Taurine, I don't mix. It makes me super irritable for some reason. I was thinking about this, I think a day before yesterday, how during my like high school years and into my 20s, like into my literal year 20, because I moved to China at the end of my 20s. I turned 21. This sounds so stupid. I turned 21 in China. Like me and my friends were drinking a lot of energy drinks. We would drink 4 a day sometimes. And now reflecting back, I'm like, how the hell did I cope with drinking 4 energy drinks? I feel like I'm flying right now, having drank a single coffee, and I'm just like, oh, the way we change, the way we adapt to things is pretty interesting to me as well. Drinking one coffee a day, I think helps probably. A little bit less desensitized, lower tolerance. I grow aloe, harvest the leaves, and slather it on my face. I do the same thing. We have like aloe plants pretty close to my room, even. It's amazing for wrinkles and for making the skin grow. Thank you for that encouragement as well, Maxine. Definitely designed for the busy folk. The tea, I'm guessing, probably, of course. Friend loving. Freaking love aloe. I like to blend it up with a bit of water, make ice cubes, and then rub it on my face or putting it in a few of my smoothies. Man, on is leagues ahead of us. The way that I do it, like we have these very gooey aloe plants, so it's not like the thick aloe plant, but it's not like the very thin ones. It's like an in-betweener. So when you split the leaves, like I cut the thorns off and then I split the leaf, and as soon as you split that leaf, there's just this. I don't know what is in it. I don't know if it has gluten in it, but it forms these the stickiness, right? Like it has like maybe it has collagen in it even, and that stuff is what's good for your skin. And I'm just like, Yasi, I'm so grateful to have stuff given to us by Mother Nature that are good for us, you know. And the fact that we as a collective, you know, actually pursue these things, allow ourselves these things, put some aloe vera on our face, naturally harvested aloe vera on our face. It's so simple, and yet it can make such a big difference. It's you loving yourself. I do drain the lanolin if I'm going to eat it, though. I'm guessing the lanolin is the yellow stuff, right? Sometimes that sharpness really sucks, Melty. I agree, it does. And especially since that sharpness makes me potentially cut other people, you know, and not cutting from a point of wanting to hurt them, but just cutting from a place of separation, you know, where you might have had this moment with someone where someone was so wired in a certain way that it felt like you could not really relate, couldn't really understand, couldn't really explain to them or communicate with them properly. And I get that way. I get that way when I'm completely sober. I'm too much. But, how do I explain this? It makes me feel like an asshole. That's the feeling that I'm trying to turn into words, but I don't want to say. Makes me feel like I'm an asshole because it could paint me in a bad light or whatever. But it makes me feel like I'm less compassionate because I'm sharper, you know. And I would rather be slow and compassionate than sharp and critical. Have you gotten the onion smell out by chance? I love it, but it makes me smell. The onion smell. Oh, I don't even know, unfortunately, Maxine. I usually just wash my hair with like some lavender shampoo afterwards or something, which helps. I'm rendering my future bath time with my salts and my aloe vera juice that I'm gonna put in my hair. And I'm like, yes, yes. Yeah, and then I'm gonna wash my hair with lavender shampoo. Okay. I need to smoke to understand this discussion, Cavendish. This discussion is basically just believe in yourself, accept yourself. Because as soon as you accept yourself, you are accepted. And as soon as you're accepted, you no longer need to be accepted. You no longer have to do something to be accepted. You no longer have to achieve something to be accepted. Because by accepting yourself, you are accepted. I feel like maybe weed could help, but sobriety works just fine, fortunately. I used to fast for wrestling to cut weight. I would just smoke or sleep to get past the hunger. I still want to try fasting the right way though. Try it with the band. Try it for 3 days. You know, 3 days, we know you get a lot. You get like 60% of the health benefits. Most of the health benefits taper off at 7 days, and then it becomes, you know, like diminishing returns into 2 weeks. But like a week is the max you really want to go if you're doing it for health reasons. That's what I'm going for as well right now. And you feel amazing. Truth, you do feel amazing, dude. If you do it right, you make sure you get enough electrolytes, you make sure you don't get any calories. You can't get any calories because as soon as your body gets like what 50 calories from like carbs, it switches back over to burning carbs. It activates your insulin systems again. It turns your ketone manufacturing liver system off and it's like, oh well, sick, we're getting carbs again. Who needs ketones anyway? And it's the ketones that make you feel this wired, I guess. Boops and beans say I mix water and aloe in a Mr. Spray bottle and I use it as a feather conditioner for me and Zobarb. It does wonders. Aloe vera is a wonderful plant. Mm. Water and aloe vera in a spray bottle. Why haven't I thought about this? It's a good idea, actually. It's amazing how we can force our bodies to tolerate the crap we put through it sometimes. You know what's something that concerned me on P? I read this yesterday that between 50 and 63% of the American population are consuming more than 50% of their diet in ultra processed foods. And we know now that these things are leading us to extreme levels of cancer and heart failure and insulin insensitivity and mitochondrial dysfunction. And our bodies can tolerate it, but these companies are getting away with it because it doesn't instantly kill us. They are killing us, and they're killing us for profit, but they're not like we put the thing in our mouth and we drop dead. So they're like, oh, it's our fault. Great idea. Yes, the yellow. Thank you for letting me know. I thought so. Goodness, I haven't noticed. I just freaking hungry. Mochi is in for a surprise today. Her little cat. In a bit, he's gonna have to go into the carrier and go to an appointment for his teeth. I feel bad for taking him out of the house, but his breath smells like death. Maybe there's a rotten tooth or something. Thank you for taking him to be checked out, Maxine. I appreciate that. Best for Mochi. Loving mom. Hair and feather conditioner. You can spray it to moisturize your skin even. Sometimes I put some orange zest in it for the good smells. Mm. I can smell orange zest just imagining it. It's bringing the imagery with me of when I was doing modeling classes. The the person, the teacher, I guess you could call them, of my modeling classes would take lemongrass oil and drop little drops of it in these small little, what do you call those things? Vata? Cotton bowls. Cotton ball containing bowls, and she would drop this, lemon oil or lemongrass oil on them. So instantly, upon walking into that room, it was just like citrus. Wow, citrus coming over you. I don't know if orange zest smells the same, but that's the little fractal it brought up for me at least. We also know that America allows more crap than any other country into our products. Exactly. Like, it's a little bit absurd. It's a little bit absurd what companies are getting away with right now. And I wonder if there's going to be any accountability. Because the horrific part of it is that even if there was going to be some sort of attempt to get accountability, the argument will just be, we didn't force you to buy it. We didn't force you. But like, people don't have the money or the time to cook themselves decent meals. So yes, you did force them to buy it. Maybe not directly, but circumstantially, they were forced to buy that. It's what's available, it's what's cheap, it's what's fast and what's easy. So many people are working multiple jobs, have a family or pets to take care of as well, that by the time you get home, the last thing you want to do is cook. We need systems to put, we need systems in place to make sure people eat well. We need to be taught freaking how to eat well in school. Like, imagine that. We go to school to learn things about life, and they don't teach us about finances. They don't teach us about food choices. They're just like, yeah, you can figure all of that critically essential things out for yourself. You know, like, sure, spend 12 years of your life learning how to live in life, but we're not going to teach you any of the fucking good stuff. Get wrecked, losers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Since I don't have feathers yet, just yet, I kind of, felt like the whole feathers thing was very acute. I loved it. Totally got it. Me too. Same. Miles cried real tears this morning because for some reason he thought he could bring a kitten to school today and wanted one of those back pants designed for your workouts. The one with the clear little, back sides and it has like little holes for the cat to breathe out of and stuff. Yes, I can also see myself wanting that as a 7-year-old boy. And then my parents being like, no, you don't need that. And I'm like, but I so desperately want it. It's gonna make me so happy, I'm sure. It's like, no. No, you can't. I'm sorry, Miles. You'll get over it with the vet. We always do. I use aloe lotion. I buy it from the health store, slather it right after a shower when your skin is still damp. It's very nice, especially in summer. I'm like, you friends are making me crave aloe vera on my skin. I've never had a craving to put something on my skin up until this very moment. Oh, kittens. Make the school day so much more fun. Schools need therapy pets, so the therapy dogs used to come to my college all the time, and it was my favorite part of the week. Yeah, just have a dog campus, a campus dog. He just roams, does his doggo things. Every single person that needs a little bit of doggo love can give him a little bit of doggo love, or he can give them some doggo love. Divine Goddess friends. No you, Eden. No you, friend. Hi to you, specific drawing. Ayo to you, NGO. It's nice to have you here too, friend. It's been a while. I saw this morning. The school has a program where they read books to dogs. Reading books to dogs. There could be a better use of time, but it does sound like a beautiful fractal. Hey, brother Isaac has joined us. In the meanwhile, sorry for missing you, friends, for a while. Definitely will go around, man. The odds are obviously in our favor. Literally, the melt merch. We'll see what it looks like. I don't think I'm gonna call it melt merch. Probably just gonna be melt more. All of it. Are you going to sell hammer pans and flowered shirts? Of course, Joyviv. Couldn't do it anywhere else, can I? Hey, brother Isaac again. Love to you. Even Gateway. So much love to you, friends. I'll do hippie hair. There we go. I'm all in on the healing services. Exactly. I'm looking forward to doing this with you, friends. I feel that melt. I've been smoking fairly consistently. It's a really nice reality to live in, but to say that it isn't the background voice saying, "Don't you miss some of the sensations?" Yeah, and the sensations that I'm missing are mostly sharpness. To have like extreme access to memory, extreme access to whatever needs to be right now, instead of having to almost work a little bit for it, is is what I'm kind of thinking about right now. Hang in there, Isaac. I'm really being tested, and I'm doing my absolute best to go through it in love and grace. Thank you for asking. How have you been? I really hope the peace comes and finds you soon. I know it will. I'm always good. I've been good. Getting off early today, doing family's hair color. Excited for the weekend. I'm also excited for the weekend. I'm gonna be seeing my family as well. You friends will probably be seeing them too. I'm happy to hear you have been good. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Hopefully going on a kayak. Tomorrow, going to little Enzo's flag football game and eating with the family. Definitely taking the pup on a hike. He loves to climb the rocks. Little scout wants to be a scout after all. You have labeled him to be the fractal. Can't help it now, can you? Lolo, howdy to you. It's nice to have you too. Thank you for joining us. Your boy is gonna go on an outdoor adventure with dogs too. The amount of visceral energy that we have as a space, like we're so dedicated to being happy, hmm? To accept yourself and to accept your want, your need to be happy, and to be happy, to not feel guilty for being happy, to want to be happy and to show up for that consecutively, consistently. Going on a kayak trip will definitely happy. Going on an adventure with the doggos will definitely happy. Sounds so nice, Isaac. I'm happy for you, friend. I hope you get to kayak too. I've never been. It looks so fun. It really is. It can be a little bit of an adventure, but very much as fun. Outdoor adventures is good for everyone, right? It's a ton of fun. I'm a water person for sure. It's hilarious because as in sync as Jazzy and I are, we are an uncoordinated team. We are uncoordinated as a team. It's a lot of struggling and spinning in the water. I bring a flask. It's a great time. Sounds like a windy time, Alex. Isaac. It does, right? Going out on the waters with your loved one. Kind of like chaos moding it all the way. Oh goodness, Isaac. I'm sure there's a lot of laughs today. Though, yeah, I'm sure as well. Just like the giddiness between each other. If you can accept it, right? Because if you can't accept it, then it's just anger, just frustration with one another. We get to see your fan melt. Awesome, yeah, Joy V. You know, you weren't here for the streams just yet. By the time we had Christmas of 2021, but that was the last time that I streamed with this family. I'm gonna be seeing this weekend again, so it's been a while since I've seen them. They're probably gonna be in the stream with me. Here we are. I can almost guarantee it. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I don't want to jinx it, but I can almost guarantee it. Laughter is medicine. Oh yes, it is. Back over to the YouTube. Gotta say hello to Isaac Friend and Lolo. Thank you, Javad, for being here too. Specific drawing again. Love to you. Specifically said that the clear window and holes for breathing, and for it to put its paws through. Oh, so beautiful. I can see the fractal he's in right now on Beam. It makes so much sense as a kid. You're like, yes, products. I'm convinced I need to have this. Advertising is really good as a child. Like I remember watching, like we didn't have many channels as a kid, so we had like the three the three like global channels. That was like SA SABC 1, 2, and 3, and then there was the infomercial channel. And I would find myself more often than not as a kid on the infomercial channel, just like watching these products and wanting all of them, but not ever getting any of them. Maybe I was like some sort of like psychological boot camping my kid self, being like, yes, I'm gonna be advertised to, and I won't get any of it. Get super strong to be advertised to and not get any of it. So much love is here. Love to you. What's everyone's favorite color? Lolo? That's that's trippy. Are you asking that like I don't know, sounds weird to ask it in this way. Are you asking from yourself? What is making you ask? Because we had another friend ask the same thing a little bit ago. So the fact that you're asking it as well after we've gone like 500 plus streams about asking a question like that. More synchronicities. No way. Just to get to know friends. My favorite color is purple. How about yours, Lola? Baby pink, I think. That's a nice one. Talking about baby pink, Joy Vives is yellow. Yellow makes me happy. We have a yellow star after all. So all of the light we see is yellow. Or a nice sky blue. Oh, Mama Moon is directly above me right now. I don't even know if I want to try that one. It looked like a dolphin made out of an ocean of overlaying scales that were also made of the same substance, but every scale would be a different color, overlapping itself, creating layers within itself. And then there was a dolphin made out of these scales, diving into the scales. Hello, Eva. Sure, you can come and sit with me, Eva. 1111. Tuning into the frequencies. I've seen 1111 three times today. Once on my personal alarm, I have like an alarm for 11:11 where I remind myself to receive abundance, and I push on my forehead or on my third eye spot. Then I had an 11:11 kind of serendipitously, and now another one. So many 11:11s. Thank you for letting me tune in. Mm, what shade of green, Gateway? I like green. Green is my favorite color from the Eva. I'm gonna have to keep leaning forward. You're gonna keep being uncomfortable. Like, I'm sorry, little girl. I'm still gonna have to lean forward. She's gonna probably get out again now. Green like goblin, of course. Of course, green like goblin. I like the kind of blue that is sometimes purple. Three purples. Cool. I've been learning about crystal healing and the colors associated with each. Amethyst is my favorite crystal to look at. Extra synchronicity there. I also love green. Iridescence. Can that be a color? Green, like I wanted to say a little bit ago, green is the first favorite color that I ever articulated when someone asked me, what's my favorite color? When I was like a 3-year-old kid, I was like green. But now, as an adult, my favorite color is purple, but my inner color is green or something like that. Uh, like my office is mostly green. It helps trick my brain that I'm in nature. Maybe that's a way to design buildings, if anything. Heck yeah, iridescence is all the colors from different angles as well. Depending on where you look from, there is 111 on the timer as well right now. And when I looked at it, it was 11122. More synchronicities. Heck yeah, iridescence. I had the strangest dream last night. I've been having a weirdly active subconscious imagination since going full stony. Like I'm living my own interdimensional cable. Yeah. Like literally, dude. I've been going through the exact same thing, where every single time I dream, it's almost like I'm flipping channels. Watching watching TV. Like it's a little bit more complicated than TV, but it very much is almost like a whole catered experience of like, oh, this is what's happening in your subconscious, and this is how you've been dealing with it, and this is what you should be paying attention to, and this is how you should deal with this issue if this issue ever arose, and nanama. And it's packed, dude. It's like really packed. I wish we understood sleep better as humanity already, but yes, that's a lot of stuff, dude, that we happened there. In the retirement home I work in, they had a nursery program. The kindergarten kids used to come for the morning and hang out with the seniors. It was cute, therapeutic for both. Do you think they still do it? Used to come? Do you think they still do it again? I hope so. What a freaking awesome program, right? On Boop. There's so much to take away from an emerging activity for the kiddos. Can we just reform the school system and pump it full of lurbs? I wish. I wish it was that easy. There are school systems that are shifting though, so it is happening. It's just not happening fast enough in America. Like the governmental based perpetuation of the school system is what's a problem right now. It's the 504 program where kids that are learning to read experience dyslexia and the like. So instead of sitting at desks, they get on rugs and read to the dogs that are there for others in so many ways. Reading to someone, I feel, is already a step in the right direction if you're trying to get a kid to read instead of having to just read for themselves, which they might not be interested in. God's word bless you, literally. Ah, bless. I've always had a dream of rehabilitating burbies alongside people with trauma. Burbs of prayer. Critters can teach us so much. Seeing a little bird, with broken legs, and a person with broken legs, and just seeing this bird's want to still be happy, still enjoy its meal, you know, beautiful imagery. Thank you for sharing that with me too, Jovan, for all of us. Reject the loosh. I don't know what the loosh is, unfortunately, NGO. Ooh, what a blessed experience, right? It was great. Always made my day hearing them sing and interact. I worked physical therapy and had to do passive range of motion on ability on immobile folks. And it always brings the patience. Bring the patience to see the area so we could listen while I worked. Thank you, Eden, for creating beautiful experiences. If you can't help, don't hurt. If you can't help, don't hurt. If you can't help, do. Thank you for helping me. Bunny McMurray is here with us too. Love to you. What is with glitch in the matrix type coincidences today? We are breaking the universe, dude. Like we're literally melting the universe and creating it anew. That's what's happening right now, you know. It's happening on psychological, spiritual, esoteric levels, but it very much is happening. You've been seeing it. You've been feeling it. Saw a shooting star. Saw a shooting star, bros. That's pretty cool, NGR. Don't tell us what wish you make. I hope it's a good one, though. 7 out of 8 billion chance that Lane and I went to the same college. 7 out of 8 billion chance. And it's not only that is a chance, but also it's a time sensitive, right? Like odds based thing. So it's time sensitive because you both had to be here and you both had to talk about bad water and you both had to be like, oh, and what college are you are? Like there's like a bunch. And the fact that we are existing as humans at all right now, the fact that we're existing as these humans at this time right now, the fact that we within the infinite universe exist at all, the fact that we exist within the infinite universe who could be a fraction of the infinite multiverses, the odds are impossible. And yet, here we are, doing it. Odds be damned. We are the infinity. Black is my favorite color because it is a combination of all the colors. Interesting. You could say white as well in that context. Just dropping by to say hello, 1.0. Love to you too. Thank you for joining us for even a second. Oh man, I had always gone through the Christmas catalogs and circle all the things I might want. Silly kid, I got shoes and an outfit most every single year. And I can remember feeling a disappointment instead of more grateful. Yeah. Now, as adults, we can actually be grateful for getting a pair of shoes or clothing because we're like sick. Now I don't have to buy myself more shoes or more clothing. But as a kid, you have clothing, right? It's not something you feel you need because you already have that. So it can be a disappointment-inducing experience. But I did the exact same thing on B. I don't think it was a Christmas catalog. My mom goes to these conferences and stuff, and she brought this thick book with all of these do's and dobs and stuff in it, you know. And I remember me and my brothers using different colored pencils or colored koki markers, you know, to circle all the things we wanted. And in the front of the book, we made a little color chart so that our parents could know which one of the things which one of us wanted. Surprise, surprise. We didn't get any. We didn't get any. Oh well, you know, I don't even remember what I circled, so clearly I didn't need it in the first place. Oh man, nice, yeah. Loves, half of my loves black. Half of me loves black due to my inner goth, and the other side of me loves the entire rainbow to embrace my inner hippie. Beautifully said. You know, black for me, weirdly enough, is purple as well. You just get deep enough. I woke up to the sound of chainsaws this morning. Always great. The backyard leads to schoolyard, lined with fences and trees, and the bastards at the schools are cutting all the trees down on their side of the property line. I could literally cry. The outrage, pure outrage. Yeah, you know, and this is where I alarm myself sometimes because my mind, you know, instantly goes way too far. You know, like literally feeling like they're killing me, they're cutting my legs off. You know, so I have to try and defend myself against these monsters. Why would you cut trees off next to a school? Like, do they understand that trees help keep the temperatures in line as well? Like cutting multiple trees around an area increases that area's temperature, the comfortability of being in that area in general, exponentially. I'm getting angry now. Thank you, Eden, for sharing that with me. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Love is true because here we are sharing love, even with something as atrocious as people cutting trees down. Are we the same person? Yes. Yes, you are. We are all reflections of each other. There we go. Maxine knows. NGO says, "Oh, that sucks. A tree opposite my house got trimmed back. A big grand oak, but it was too rooted in the concrete to remove. They chopped it to a tail stump, but it's grown back to a lush mini oak tree. It's crazy, dude. Like, I'm gonna say it. Like, my mind goes to murder. Like, I want to murder people that murder trees. Like, and I'm not gonna. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but that's how visceral the reaction in my heart and soul is. It's like, you're gonna kill trees. I'll kill you for it. You kill my freaking trees. But that's not the way to solve anything. I have to accept accept them for the fractal that they're participating in. I wish we could shame people for stuff like that. I wish maybe that's the way it should be. Like, if you cut down trees, like, there should be a QR code or something with that cut down tree that shows your face, the person that cut down that tree. Maybe people would think twice then. Yes, I'm like viscerally angry right now. Oh, what if we aren't all separate at all? What if we are one? Reject society, embrace monkey. Yes, truth, embrace the monkey. Melty, I very much agree with melting the universe. While there are dark forces out there trying to divide us because of our differences, we are the light, bringing us together because we are wise enough to know that we're not separate from one another. We're here. We have connected. This is unity. Instead of us as a singular person living somewhere in the infinity, perpetuate the story of I am separate, I am alone, I'm worthless, nobody cares about me, nobody sees me, nanima, 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 na. We're melting all of those stories away, and here we are, united within the singularity. Corey and I gotta start mowing the lawn naked. Maybe the school will regret cutting the trees. Yes, spite them extra hard. I like the way you think. I actually do like the way you think. My mind just goes like freaking Rambo. I just go Rambo on all of the people cutting down trees, and yours is like going naked. I feel like that's a little bit less less brutal. My siblings and I also had designated colors. Yes, I love that. We are melting the universe. Love the vibes. Odds be damned. Odds be damned. We're gonna make this world a better place. I promise. I don't like making promises because I don't know if I can keep them. But I promise you, we will make this world a better place. We can't help but at this point. We've already made each other's world a better place. Now we just have to share that with the rest of them. Nah, but we need to build a park lot. The trees were just in the way. I starting to twitch. Same with when they rip up nice fields and stuff. Melt is now an environmental extremist. I feel like an environmental extremist, dude. At least my ego seems to be an environmental extremist, but my consciousness is like, dude, you'll be killing yourself anyway. How about you chillax? Can't can't hurt anyone outside of yourself. I had the pleasure of getting stung by a wasp in the center of my palm while working yesterday. You jinxed me, Mel. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Maxine. I almost got stung again today. Now I'm like running and stuff. That's making me happy. Intruders. I don't know what that means, NGO. I might just become a naked gardener. See how fast they want to replant some trees. Do it. Do it. Your yard, they cut the trees off. Naked dance parties in the nature yard. Everyone's invited. Thank you. Reminds me of Mindy Saint Mindy Saint Clair. The Burbs are fighting one another or loving one another. That doesn't look like love though. I don't know, but that looks too aggressive to be love. Who knows? I need to finish watching that. The first season was so good. I haven't seen any of that. Melty is like Dwight when he dresses up as that environmental protector character with a single eye, willing to kill for the trees. Maybe just stun gun them. Have like an extreme deterrent. See someone their chainsaw to cut down a tree. Picks up the chainsaw again. Okay, let's not pick up the chainsaw. Walks away from the chainsaw. Yeah, this feels better. Walks into the sunset, never cutting trees down again. Yes, this is my ideal. Thank you for the help, Bo. I appreciate it. But Dan, it's nice to have you here. Sucker Witch, the bearded patriot. All of the fractals. My first thought was also murder. Now I'm trying to get passively creative. Oh, I'm happy, Eden. Because like it scares me sometimes to share my inner workings with you friends, at the risk of you thinking one thing or another. But then I realized that we are everything, murderers and lovers included. And that part of ourselves is there. But the fact that we can, again, witness it, accept it, and then move past it is the power of what we're practicing. Thank you for not going into a murderous rage. I appreciate you for that. Hiding behind trees with a taser, Lamau. Exactly. Yes. They're like, what the fuck? These tree huggers have tasers. What the fuck? I thought that we were just gonna have to bulldoze them. No, they tase us when we come closer to the trees now. I can tell you are a mostly virile being. Virile? Virile being. Is that a good thing? Westworld? Is that your name? Westwood one? I do feel pretty virile. Most times. It can be a little bit exhausting. And yet, we can still find moments of calm. Thank you for the reminder, friend. One of those YouTube videos that puts people in a room with different opinions. One was environmentalism. Dude in the suit was like, we must conquer nature or it will destroy us. Conquer nature, huh? Yeah, good luck, though. Nature will kill you multiple times over, and then it will still continue to nature. It will kill you, eat you, spit you out, eat you again, use you as resources, poops you out, turns the poop into resources to grow grass with your double eaten pooped out remains. I'm trying to be as brutal as possible. Nature will mess us up. We are not to fight with nature, we are to befriend nature. Let nature conquer. Let ourselves be conquered by nature because we are, at the end of the day, just nature. Conquer ourselves, accept ourselves, conquer ourselves. Plot twist, by conquering nature, it has begun to slowly destroy us, literally. Literally. Like if we destroy nature or conquer nature, we die. It's like a death sentence you sign yourself. You would just be destroying yourself. I scream into a computer screen. Definitely makes me livid. Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing, truth. I know that. Unfortunately, I get to remind myself of that. I have to remind myself of that because otherwise, I don't know how I would not be ceaselessly angry. Nature's our friend until we mess with it. Then she fights back. Oh, yes. And nature kills. Nature knows how to kill you. It just waits. It just waits. And it will make you live again, maybe as a different form. Doesn't care about your form. Doesn't care about your form. This form needs to care about nature. Oh, goodness. Where have we gone? Humanity. This is such a warm, grounding part of my day. Thank you all. I really feel love here, and I want to pass it on. You are Gateway Goblin. You are passing it on, friend. I can feel it, and I'm sending it right back to you again. And then, like, all of a sudden, I walked outside and it was nighttime in a different city. And the Odd Taxi anime theme song started. And thank goodness I woke up. That came from him talking about the interdimensional cable, which he then walked outside of. Gateway, you shed so much light. It's a privilege to share space and time with you, friend. Thank you for that, brother Isaac. So much love being sent to Gateway. Thank you, friend, for doing that. Maybe they're fighting for love. Maybe. Maybe. Like, just as soon as one of them flies away, the other one, like, sets chase, like, aggressively sets chase. Is your black dog hairless, Melty? She is. Eva is hairless. She is a hairless doggo. But she very much is her own being. You know, like, I see so much divinity in her where she just vibes. Like, she's just, existing. And she really values the way that she prefers to exist, if you will. Like, she won't. She's not a dog, if that makes any sense. Like, I think of her, I think of Pippi very much as a dog, weirdly enough. Like, Pippi to me is a dog, but she's also my daughter in the same, like, in my fractal, where Eva isn't a dog in my mind. She is more like an alien, to articulate it in some way, because she understands things that Pippi doesn't. Because she's hairless, the level of intuition and conscientiousness that she has when it comes to, like, blankets and getting dressed and going for baths, it's very much like a little human, but it's not all the way human. So it's more alien than it is dog. But I love her. I love her so much for that. And I don't know if I'll ever get myself a dog that is not a hairless dog. Just because I'm obsessive is a good word. Like, I look down on my pants and I see small little hairs on it, and then suddenly my brain goes, now you have to painstakingly remove those individual hairs from your pants. And I'm like, please, brain, do I have to? It's like, yeah. You have anything better to do? Yes, I do actually. Well, tough shit. Remove remove those hairs. So if I can, like, avoid the whole scenario of having to remove the hairs in the first place, it will bring at least a little bit of a sense of calm, right? Calming myself down after seeing the tree cutters is an absolute task. I feel personally attacked. Me too. Like, I literally feel like they could just as well be using that chainsaw, grinding on my leg, cutting through the bone right now. Like, they could have just as well be doing that, and I feel the same way. These people are just trying to feed their families. That's true as well. They're doing a job. That's the thing that, like, absolutely brutalizes myself, is the fact that these people live in a fractal where this is what they have to do in order to take care of their families, take care of themselves, even if they don't have a family, just to take care of themselves. And it might not be what they want to do, but it's what they could do. It's what they have the opportunity to do right now in that moment. And for me to want to kill them for doing what it is they could do, what they can do for, you know, like, trying to make ends meet, would also be evil. So it's like, oh, we're not separate. How about that? So true. Literally just common sense. Even if we are separate, it's still the only way we can live. Yeah. I can't wrap my head around people who don't like to look outside, people preferring the concrete jungle. Like those people exist. They actually exist. You know, nature scares them. The unpredictability, the chaos, the potential dangers within the environment scares them to the point where they would rather live in a concrete jungle, convincing themselves that because they live in a concrete jungle, they're safer than not. Ironically, getting killed by people more than you would ever be killed by nature by living in that concrete jungle. You know, it's like the concrete jungle almost conditions people to be so separate from nature, so separate from this understanding that we are all one, that they end up killing other people for it. And then people are like, yeah, this is a safe place because there's no nature here. We are nature, we are Rambler. I asked them not to cut all the trees. The guy said, we're just doing the job we were told to do. I feel this. I have a special place in my heart for the redwoods. Oh, massive trees. They're ancient. They're ancient beauties that were here way before us. We have no right to take them down. I agree completely. I lasted 1 year in the big city, missed the quiet nature too much. I've been in the big city for a total of 3 years, 3 and a bit years. Yeah. The only thing that living in the city did for me is remind me how much I appreciate nature. Some people have never even left the city. It blows my mind. Hope there will be nature to escape to the future. I believe the future of our city planning will be nature bound as well, fortunately, Maxine. We'll have the nature in our cities, live buildings and stuff. If not, the world will just find about us. Exactly, truth. You know, and that's the thing that we have to accept as well. That if we don't take care of Mama Gaia, she won't take care of us, and she doesn't need us to take care of her. We take care of her as a selfish thing, actually. You know, to take care of ourselves, because Mama Gaia is ourselves. You right now, if you were to turn yourself into your constituents, you know, reduce yourself, your body, to its molecular masses, to the atoms that make it up, and you had to reduce the surface of the planet to its constituents, the mass, the molecular structures, the atoms that make it up. You and the earth are made up of the exact same things, even down to the ratios. You're 70% water. Our earth is covered by 70% water. You know, I don't know if there's any correlation there really, but you are the earth. You are the earth. Taking care of Mother Nature is taking care of yourself. Mother Nature getting assaulted is an assault to the self. I'm happy that I'm not the only one feeling that way. We just have to get everybody to feel that way now. Can't cut down a rainforest if it's you. Can't steal from millions of people if it's you. It's just you, friend. Can't steal from anyone else. Do you have to wash her more frequently? No, actually not, Joy V. Less frequently, really. But she dries easily, right? Like where other dogs kind of have like a whole thing. You have to try and get a little bit in their fur and they itch and they will roll down on things. She has none of that. She's just like, sick. I got a bath. Now I'm dry. Now I'm going to go and lay underneath my blanket, you know, while I'm looking at the sunset. Like I've seen her go through that whole process. It's kind of surreal where I'm like, who are you? Are you a person? You can speak to me. Please. Please speak to me. I'll listen. Okay. I don't know if. Oh, goodness. Did I just bonk? Back on the YouTubes. Might have lost some of you friends. There we go. It was. It was broken. No, was it? No, it wasn't actually. Sick. It is. There's 47 updates. Shannon and Nana. And there's 75 friends watching on the Reddit. There's 7 friends watching on the YouTubes. And and all of us here now in this moment. We're gonna pull a card, contemplate, speculate, feel for ourselves what it might mean, and then we'll go into our infinities. We'll get to spend some time with ourselves. We'll get to spend some time away from our screens, away from our technology, just reflecting for a moment, accepting ourselves without any expectation, without any attachment, just accepting ourselves. From that place of acceptance for the self, we'll accept others as well. From the place of accepting others, things will get better. Love will be true. We can't change people, but we can accept them. Apsara's hands. I'm still confused as to why we pull the same cards so frequently. I feel like we've been pulling the same like 12 cards over and over again, and there's like 64 cards in this deck. It trips me out a little bit. Like we've literally pulled the Sparrow's hands 3 times in the last 2 months, 4 times in the last 2 months. It's not a bad thing. Headed to class, odds to be damned. Love to you all. Love to you, Truth. Thank you, friend, for sending love this way too. Stop looking at my face. You've seen all of the sides you want to see. 25 Asparus hands. My family is back. Achievement and completion. Three circles offer a sense of wholeness. As you contemplate the completion of this chapter of your life, you have accomplished much and realize success in your achievements of your purpose. As you approach this conclusion of this phase, honor the work you have completed and the decisions that have brought you to this moment. It is time now to expand your vision and choose a new path. Each time it's filled with beginnings and endings. Even our highest aspirations find completion. Life continues in a manner that is not always predictable, yet, with an attitude of flexibility and a sense of adventure, you will see that new horizons and fresh opportunities are always available. Look to your future with optimism and hope, knowing that magic and new horizons are just around the corner. I feel the reason I'm so resistant to this card, especially since we've been pulling it so much, is the fact that it goes into this concept of completion. I I don't believe in completion. And I know that sounds stupid, but I think of things in context of infinity. So, being told that I should bring something to an end and choose something anew, I believe that could be a useful prompt, for some of us in this infinity right now. I feel like I'm reflecting on the fact that I'm fasting, but I'm not done being complete with that either. The the words in my mind is I don't want to be done. I accept. Could you imagine if we combined all we've learned about efficient plant growth and engineering? Like if we worked with nature to create efficient growth. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most, Chauvin, is biologically engineered plants that can literally grow buildings. Where instead of having to bring all of the resources from, bring all of the concrete, all of the sand, all of the rebar, steel framing, to site, you just have some sort of biological, viner, for example, like a big vining plant, and then you code into its DNA certain structures. and it just starts growing buildings. I mean, who knows if that will ever? Yeah, time will tell. Absolutely fabulous weather. Time will tell. I don't know if it will be that way, but how cool would it be to live in an actual living building? The building is actively producing oxygen. You know, if it breaks by wind, by natural disaster, it heals itself because it's alive. Doesn't that sound flippin' amazing? I think so, at least. Thank you for listening, Joe. Thank you for telling us, Lola. I appreciate you sharing some love, my friend. Completion may also be understood as healing. Hmm. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Lola. I feel I have healed in many ways. Like my body and my mind is feeling really grateful, really good for whatever is. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Lola. Your stream ends and my workday begins, which means I get out of bed and go sit on my couch and open my laptop. Joy V, thank you for doing what you do, friend, for making sure that it can be done, and for showing up for that. I see you. I appreciate you. You're gonna do so much more still. You know, sit on the couch and have two laptops open. It's nice to heal. It is, friend. It is. I'm eating all of my dead cells right now. You know, because that's what your body goes for first. It's like, okay, where's all of the broken shit? And then it eats that. And then after eating all of the broken shit, it's like, oh goodness, no more broken shit left. Let's start eating fat. Thank y'all. I needed to say that for me as well. Thank you for saying it, Joe. Lola. I appreciate you so much. For some reason I can't words anymore. I have run out of my word count. You know, one of those like websites where you can like run things through AI and you like buy a certain amount of words. Yeah, seems I've run out of words. Now it's just nonsense. Skibbity bobbly. Skibbity bob I love you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me, for spending some time with me, for being in this moment with me right now instead of being anywhere else. I cannot thank you enough for that. I hope you can accept that. Accept yourself as that. The fact that you're here right now means that this experience is here right now. This experience that you're having. To just accept this experience, to be with it, to work with it. I know you are. I appreciate you for the work you do. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Love you. Jovan, love to you, beloved Shannon. I love you also very, very dearly, Melt, and all of you amazing friends. As I love you, thank you, dear friends, for joining me again. Love, love, gobbledygoo, love. I was just waiting for you too as well. I love you. I love you so much. The amount of love I feel in the space, it's like magnetic. You know, like I almost have a hard time pulling away from it because I know it's a lie. I'm like, no, don't you dare lie by ending the stream. And I'm like, I'm not lying. I'm just gonna be telling the truth again tomorrow. Hurry, love bomb! Fucking love bombing me. Love you too. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again very soon.